everybody knows who I am. I'm the Canvas person. Anything, anything that happens on Canvas, I'm the one you need to talk to. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you where to go to get the answer. Sometimes I'll say go to the wiki. Sometimes I'll say go to the instructor. But most of the time, I can answer your questions. When you first log in to ACES, you'll see an option on the right-hand side for Canvas. There's a big square button that says Canvas, and then there's a little word that's underlined that says Canvas. Either one of those takes you to this page. I'm sure you've all been there. The class that we're going to try to maintain some continuity here and keep it at 1291 if we can. That's our goal. The speed classes all feed into this one class. So any class that you take that has anything to do with speed is here. This is your front page. Let me get down here to student view. This is the way you will see it. This is the student view. There's a lot of information on this first page. Take a minute to read it if you haven't already. It's got some links, it's got some information, it's got some redundancy, but it's still important. It tells you what you need to do if this is your first time to do a Canvas class, if this is your first time to do a Canvas speed class in court reporting. There's information there. There's a link here to the wiki. There's a link here to the NCRA Code of Ethics, which the NCRA people required us to put on here. They require you to follow. And the grams is some more information that they want you to have. This takes you to the syllabus. The syllabus is online, as you know, and you can find it in a lot of different places. That's the home page. The other thing that this document refers you to is this left column over here. Make sure that you do several things here. If you haven't already, go into your account, and there you put your preferred email address. That makes any message that I send you or any announcement that I send you go to your preferred email address. Otherwise, it's going to go to your ACES address. Always check your ACES on a regular basis. It tells you that in that document as well. But if you, on a daily basis, prefer to get your emails somewhere else, put it in there. It also gives you the opportunity to put in a picture so that I can see who you are or what represents you. It doesn't have to be your picture. It can be an eagle. It can be a spur. It can be whatever you want it to be. But it's something other than the blank that shows up if you don't put anything in there. Calendar doesn't really do anything for us. Inbox is very important. Inbox is where messages come and go. I will message you through the inbox every week that you take a test. That's where I send you your results of your test. That's where I send you your graded test. So make sure you're familiar with the inbox. If you run into some other issues down here, there's a student quick guide about how to use it. Technical support may or may not be helpful to you. I don't know if anybody has ever used that or not. But most importantly is the dashboard. The dashboard is important. And where's the dashboard? Let's see what this does.
How about if you leave student view and then go back into it?
Here we go. It had a message up there it wanted me to respond to. All right, if you have if I can send out an announcement, actually any instructor can send out an announcement, but typically they will send it to me and I will send it out. If I send you an announcement, there's a reason for me to send you the announcement. Pay attention to it, please.
It took you back to summer.
It sure did. leave student view. And this is not something you'll have to deal with because
It should be down at the bottom.
we're logged in as Ms. Mallon. I don't teach all those other classes. Okay, I still want to go back to student view
It was down at the very bottom.
though. I know, but I have to go to settings first. Okay, over here you see home, assignments, grades, course syllabus, all that. The two items that you're involved with as far as this class are concerned are assignments and grades. Grades is where you go to see if you've got a check or an X. That's telling you whether or not you submitted your assignment. And you're not going to get a letter grade, as most of you already know. You're going to either get a check or an X. A check means you did it, an X means you didn't do it. It's that simple. Grades will come at midterm and at the end of the semester. And they are based on your participation in these assignments. Okay, so assignments is really the most important part of this page. And you will notice that it gives you a note right here that says always sort assignments by type in the upper right corner. This is the upper right corner right here. Show by date doesn't help you because we don't date the assignments physically. I mean, we don't put an actual calendar date on them. So in order to get them to show by week, which is what you want them to do, you want to do show by type. When you do that, then they're going to come up the way you want to see them. The first thing you're going to see right now are documents. Some of these documents are new, so if you haven't looked at them lately, go look at them. We updated this one. This is just telling you that there is an app that you can put on your phone or your iPad that makes your messages come directly to your phone or your iPad. You can also do limited activities on there. This is a list of the faculty and their information that will apply to you, tells you kind of who they are and what they do. This is your Eclipse contract. If you are new to Eclipse, if this is your first year to use it, you must do this. You must click on here, download the contract, fill it out, sign it, and upload it. You can either upload it back here or you can bring it into class, but make sure that it gets to me ultimately. And then I will get it where it needs to go. If you don't do that, you will lose access to Eclipse. If it has been a year since you did one of these, you may be getting a warning from Eclipse telling you that your access is about to expire. When you get that warning, please download a new contract and do the same thing. Get it back to me. You don't have to do a new one unless you're brand new to Eclipse. This is your first year, you're at 40, and this is your first time to speed build, or you get the notice from Eclipse telling you that it's about to expire. Don't wait until it's expired because they will cut you off. We've had that happen. This is a rubric telling you basically how we grade you. It's very generic. It's very simple. Look at it when you get a chance. This is a really inspiring speaker that we've left on here for several semesters. Some of you may have already listened to it. If you haven't, it's worth your listen. This is an important file because I got this question many, many times this past semester. And it's right here. There is a screenshot picture right here telling you how to do this. You have to save your documents to PDF files. This is going to let me. You have to save your documents to your Eclipse notes. And I'm going to get more into that in a minute, but you have to save your notes and your transcripts and upload them. And the easiest way to do that is as a PDF file. And this is a document that is going to show you exactly how to do that if you've never done it. Okay, it's just a screenshot telling you how to do it. That's a screenshot of an Eclipse page on your computer. Okay, I'm not going to go into it any more in depth than that for now. Okay, but it's there under assignments, documents. Assignments, documents. So this documents section is going to move throughout the semester so that the week you're working with is at the top. but it's always there. Sometimes you'll have to scroll down to find it, but it's always going to be there.
How did you go from that PDF back to this screen?
I closed Word. It was opening as a Word document, and I just closed
I thought it was still open on that link, though. Would you click on how to save an Eclipse file again? Yeah, now how do you get back to? Oh, you close it up there, okay. No,
You can either close it, that wasn't what I wanted
sorry,
to do.
no.
You can either close it up there, or you can go back to home. I should have gone back to home.
You can use that back button too in Canvas.
The top
I should-
left?
Up at the
I
Okay.
think that might be what I did.
Sorry, guys, you probably know how to do that. I don't deal
Sorry.
with Canvas
that
very
was
often, so that was my
a side
problem.
trip we didn't need to take. Okay, where am I? It's asking me to log in. I guess your login has expired.
I think it's because you're still in student view and she's not.
No, I'm out of Canvas altogether now. I'm going to Canvas and it wants me to log
Bottom
in.
right, try that.
Maybe leave the student view, Julie.
Okay.
There's probably hundreds of people on Canvas this morning,
Yeah.
since it's the first day of class and everybody in the online classes are trying to get in there. So that could
Okay,
be
back
what's
to
wrong.
assignments. I'm not even gonna, yeah, I need to go to student. Sorry. 'Cause it looks different when I get to it. All right, I'll try not to do that round the world trip anymore. All right,
Sorry.
back to assignments. Back to documents. Grading rubric, guest speaker, how to save, info sheet. That is a document that tells us information about you. If you haven't submitted one in a while, go ahead and do so. It's really helpful to us to have your email address that you like to use. We know your school email address, but you may or may not use it, so we need to know a way to contact you if something comes up about your class, that's what that information is. It goes nowhere other than to this department. In fact, I basically leave it on here unless and until I need it. Testing forms, that's just a page that gives you the cover sheet, which I'm going to go over in a minute, and the honor code form. You're going to see those in several different places, but this is just one more place that we put it so that you wouldn't lose it. If you are new to speed building, and I don't think any of you are, but if anybody in here is at 40 and you've never done speed building before, read that. If you're at 60 and you haven't read it, read it. It's got some very valuable information on it. This again is the Code of Ethics for NCRA and the NCRA grants. Both of those are information that are helpful. PC Mock How-To. I put this on the back of your cover sheet that I gave you as a handout. This information is critical. If you don't understand how to submit or how to take a test, you're in trouble come Wednesday, because the first test is Wednesday. So make sure that you understand that. And I'll give you a chance to ask questions in a minute. And anytime you have questions about it, email me, message me right here with this little inbox. Practice sheet, that's the document Ms. Woodard was talking about that you're supposed to fill out using that document. This is a copy of it. There's another one in another place that I'm going to show you in a minute. This is a limited STEM dictionary that Ms. Mallon did a couple of years ago as a part of her Maymester class. Might or might not be helpful to you. Use it if you can. This is telling you how to get to the wiki. Again, it's a link to the wiki. So this is 2 times I've given you access to the wiki. Any questions about the documents? The documents don't go away, they just move out of your immediate vision. They go to the bottom. Each week, I move that week to the bottom. So to this week, after we take the test on Wednesday, I will move the documents and week 1 to the bottom. So you'll have to scroll down beyond week 16 to see them, and you probably can't even see week 16 yet, but I activate every time I activate a new week, I move the old week so that it's out of your way and you see the current week first. All right? Those documents are always there. They're always available to you. Use them if you need them. Now we're up to week 1. Very little has changed here, but a couple of things have. If you were in class in the summer you've seen all this. If you did not take summer school, some of this you have not seen. The first thing you're going to see, it should be the SAC pack. It should come up first. But anyway, the SAC pack is there. The one that she was just showing you is already there. It's been there since Friday night. If I get it from her, usually I get it on Thursday night. If I get it Friday, I will upload it on Friday. So that way you've got it to work with all weekend. If I don't get it, I post it as soon as I get it, and it's always there, sometimes Saturday. I think one time I was unable to post it because I didn't get it from her until Sunday morning, but that was an unusual situation. Most of the time it's going to be there Saturday morning. And then you have your practice log. This document is going to show you, or this assignment is going to show you, you should be logging practice time each day and uploading here at the end of each week. NCRA, and actually they want 17, but Ms. Woodard changed it this semester to 10 hours of practice time outside of class time. Class time and test time are not practice time. Don't put them on your log. If you want to keep a separate log of that, you're welcome to, but you don't have to. I don't want to see it on your practice log. I don't want to see 3 hours on your practice log. That's not going to do you any good for the week. I mean, some people, believe it or not, will turn one in with less than 3 hours on. You've got a document that is a Word document, and then you've got a PDF document. They're exactly the same. Whichever one is easier for you to use it. I don't have a problem with that. Some people have laminated it and used a marker, dry erase marker, thank you. And then they just erase it and use the same document over and over again. They upload it to me before they erase it though. So, whatever works for you is fine. But make sure you do it. That's one of your checks and X's that counts. Okay, I'm back in assignments now. The second thing you're going to see is PC mock notes and unedited. And that's what's different if you were not here in the summer. And that's explained on this sheet. When you do your test in the past, prior to this summer, you didn't have to do this part. This part is critical. And this is where we keep track of the timing. How long you spend editing your document. As soon as you finish your writing of your test, and it can be as soon as you finish all 3 of them, you don't do each one of them individually, assuming that you take one right after the other, then you upload a PDF of your notes and your transcript, unedited. I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to look at the time you uploaded it. So it can be one document. If you know how to combine files in a PDF, that would be great. Combine the files and upload one document. I'm going to look at the timestamp. Canvas is putting the timestamp on there. Some of your notes transcripts have timestamps on them too, but don't worry about that. I'm going to look at the time you uploaded it into Canvas. That's when your edit time starts. From that moment, you have 3 hours to edit those 3 documents. And then when you finished your editing, then you upload into another assignment. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions about that? Is there anybody here that hasn't done that yet? Good. That's what goes in that assignment. Okay, the next assignment is edited. All I want here, and it's very important that I have your cover sheet. I don't want a cover sheet with your notes. I want a cover sheet with your final transcript that you have completed. Everything on here except pass, the box that says pass, everything on here should be completed by you. You're telling me what hours, what minutes you spent editing that document. You're telling me how much you spent on each part of your test. That's important to us as well, because you only have an hour to edit each document. It would be very helpful to me if you would write how many errors you think you have, but if you forget to put that, the world doesn't end. I can figure that part out, but I cannot figure out how long it took you to take the test. I cannot figure out, well, I can figure out, but that means I have to go back and look it up. Understand that I print these documents out. I print your test out and edit it because I have to go into the wiki to edit, just like you have to go into the wiki to take it. So I'm not looking at your Canvas screen when I'm grading your test, and I need to know what day you submitted it, what day you took it. That's important to my grading system, okay? So be sure you fill out the date you took the test. Most people do this, but a few people forget it. What week it is. We are now in week 1. This is going to be test week 1 that's going to be available on Wednesday. That's important because there are occasions where somebody might need to submit a test late, and I need to know which test that is because I need to know where to go in the wiki to listen to it. Okay? Everything on here matters. This is not just an exercise in utility. This is something we need. So please do submit a cover sheet with your edited PC. PC stands for Performance Challenge, which is what we chose several semesters ago to call a test. Mock means that you are at mock and you are no longer taking a PC. So that's what that means in case anybody wonders. Your Friday test will go right here. Your Friday test is a little more casual, I'm going to put it that way. How does that sound? I'm not asking you to send me your notes and your unedited. I'm only asking you to send me your final document with a cover sheet. A cover sheet, an honor code if you're doing it online, and your edited transcript is all I want under there, as well as on your week 4 blitz. I don't need the notes and unedited anywhere except the weekly test. Okay? Right here. This is for the actual weekly test. That's the only time I'm asking for that.
So even if we take the
Questions?
Wait, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this is sound dumb, but
Nothing's
if we're
dumb.
taking it in class, do we still have to upload it up there?
No, no. If you come to campus on Wednesday, that is not a dumb question.
Oh.
If you come to campus on Wednesday morning and take the test, you don't have to worry about notes and unedited. I'm watching you take the test. I know how long it took you to take the test. The notes and unedited is only for the online people because I can't see them take the test. And it's required that they only take a 3-hour time frame to edit that test, and that is an NCRA thing that they required us to do to more closely monitor how long the online submissions have used to take their test. Yes, ma'am?
It may be important to point out that the Friday test is only online.
The Friday test is only submitted online. There will be no one here to take the test. That's a good point. The Friday test and the week 4, 12, and 8, 4, 8, and 12 test will only be submitted online. I want a cover sheet and an honor code. I do not want notes and unedited for any of those tests, those extra tests. You have from the time she gets them posted, which is going to vary with each test, until Sunday at midnight. So that means the Friday test, you've only got till Sunday at midnight to take that test. But you should be able to do it since you don't have classes otherwise on Friday. Any questions? Any other questions? Yes, ma'am?
The blitz ones, if for some reason I can't get to one, I mean, I'm not gonna let it go like that, but let's just say for some reason I can't get to them. Are they all, they're not due by midnight that day, they're due by
All of them are due by midnight Sunday. If you want to wait until Friday and take 4 tests that week, you can do that and submit them all on at the same time. Just make sure I've got a separate cover sheet for each one of them. Okay, I don't want to see 3 cover sheets on the Wednesday test. I want to see only 1 cover sheet on the Wednesday test. But on all of the extra tests, there will only be 1 part of the test there. I want separate cover sheets. So if you take the Monday test, Blitz Week, there's a test on Monday for Lit. There's a test on Tuesday for jury charge. There's a test on Thursday for testimony. And there's a test on Friday for, we'll say Lit for this week. It's not going to be, it may or may not be Lit that week. You can do all 4 of those tests at the same time, at your time, outside of class time. You can submit all 4 of those tests to me Sunday night. But I want a separate cover sheet for each one of them, indicating the day you took it, the time you took to edit it, just like you do on a Wednesday test. Now, the Wednesday test, I want one cover sheet that's got lit, jury charge, and testimony, and you need to take all 3 tests, and you need to submit the test whether you passed or not. You get credit, you get a check mark, even if you failed all 3 of them. If you, as y'all say, bombed it, you still get a check mark for taking the test, or an X for not taking the test. And if we see that you took your test every single week, but you still didn't make it to the next speed, we're going to be a lot more likely to give you a passing grade than if you didn't take any test all semester long, or didn't submit any test all semester long. Most of you take them, you just sometimes forget to submit them. Don't forget to submit them. That does count and figure into your grades when we're doing grades. And as Woodard indicated, we do get together as a group, all the teachers, and go over who did what and when, and decide on grades that way. Everything that's on Canvas counts toward your grade. Everything. As well as what you do in class. Yes, you need to pass tests to really get A's, but you can get a C without passing any tests if you put the effort into it. And a C is much better than a D. Yes, ma'am.
If there's inactivity for 1 week or 2 weeks, is there
For 2 weeks, if there's 2 weeks worth of inactivity on Canvas, I get to report it to Ms. Woodard and tell her that this person has done nothing on Canvas and given me no indication. I'll probably send you a note first and say what's up. But if you don't have a valid reason for not doing anything on Canvas, then it's gonna get serious, because the school is really coming down on us about attendance, and that's how we're going to account for attendance on Canvas. If you've not submitted anything on Canvas for 2 weeks, we're going to start communicating with you and saying what's up. And theoretically, after 2 weeks, we can drop you. So make sure you do communicate with me. And then if I need to communicate with the other instructors, I will. And you will, as I said, receive communication from me as soon as I get through grading. And I usually grade the test on Mondays. And then by Wednesday at the latest, you will have your, like this is week 1, by Wednesday of week 2, you will have your results back, or your graded test back from me with any comments that I might need to make or questions that I might have. So, be aware of that. Any questions, comments, thoughts? What did I leave out? Anything else? Okay, that's all I have.